You rocking out with LFOD.
LFOD Radio.
Live free or die.
LFOD Radio. Oh.
You are now tuned in to Live Free or Die Radio. I am your host, Uncle Sam. This is episode number 98. Today is January 16th, 2018. We got Mass Apparel in the building. They are a shop out in Allston, Massachusetts, that has quickly become the cornerstone of a lot of things happening on the scene here. Creative spaces are crucial, as you may or may not know, to artists and scene development. So we're going to be sitting down with them to talk about their story, their future, and some juicy details along the way. We're going to play some clean records to get things going. I say clean because if you're an MC or an artist, producer, manager, etc., tuned in, you should send us some clean records as well. Submissions at LFODradio.com. Keep it clean. We have no guest next week, so we will be playing those records. If you're tuned in, get at us. We're on Twitter at LiveFreeOD Radio, Instagram and Facebook at LFOD Radio, and we're actually about to be live on the LFOD Radio Facebook page in a second. And we're going to kick things off with, I don't know. Yes, so we've had this Freddy vs. Jason tape for a minute now. No, they changed the name. We've had this Jadakiss Fab tape for a while now, Friday the 13th. And I've been meaning to play something off that. This one's called Soul Food. We'll be back after this. You're tuned in to Live Free or Die Radio. And we are back on Live Free or Die Radio right now. We're getting that Facebook feed worked out. It should be good to go. We got Mass Apparel in the building. What is happening, boys?
Good.
What's good?
Blessed, man.
Yeah,
how you doing?
I'm great, man. I'm great.
This Facebook thing is killing me right now.
Not anymore. It's not. It's back. We just learned something.
It keeps saying post. I'm trying to share this thing.
Oh, no.
It failed.
Well, that's not good.
Let me try again. Yeah.
You guys want to go around and introduce yourselves real quick just so the people know your voice?
Yeah, man. So what's going on? My name is Brooke G'day, a.k.a. Mista Irie, a.k.a. G'day. Holding it down for Mass Apparel, event manager, audio engineer. Everything that needs to get done, we get it done.
Yeah, this is Nick, a.k.a. Nick. No, I'm just playing. Just owner, CEO of Mass Apparel, kind of doing what needs to be done, like Brooke, he says, you know?
Yeah, man. It's MorShabazz, also known as just Shabazz, co-owner, studio manager, and, you know what I mean? We just hold it down, spread the love and the peace, good vibes. That's it.
All right, I need to come up with a nickname. We got Tayshawn here, too, as well, Tayshawn Taylor.
Hey, y'all, how y'all doing? It's Tay-Tay.
Word.
Uncle Sam, dog. That's
what's good? Dude. Yeah, I guess, but I need more AKAs. Like, we got to do it. If you never heard, Cyrus Brooks?
Yeah, that's the homie.
He was on here for the first, the winners of Hoop Hop came through for a cypher.
Yeah.
He must have had 50, I swear to God, he pulled out like a Word doc on his phone and was going through the AKAs. It was hilarious. I'll never forget
Shout out Cyrus Brooks. He was on the Dojo cypher too.
That's what's up.
Yeah, shout him
he always just pops up in random places. I see him. So what's good with y'all, man? We got a lot to talk about today, but we might as well get it started off. And if you could describe Mass Apparel in 2 sentences, how would you do that?
That's a tough one. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, try that.
Let me see if I can tackle this one.
We're not counting, so.
I mean, what I always like to break it down to is we're just, we're for the people. So it's like, if you have any idea, you want to any kind of creative activity, like this is kind of like your playground. That's kind of what we started this out for, was to, create a space. And I think within the last 2 years, I'd say it's starting to really become that spot. Because again, there's just not a ton of spaces in the city, to do small shows and stuff like that. So I think it was just for the people, just spreading good vibes. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, mission accomplished.
If anybody else has anything else to expand on that.
Yeah, man, pretty much. Building community, I'd say, and creative haven, definitely. And also just taking power into your own hands as an artist too, ourselves, you know. You don't have to work for anybody. Well, you got to do what you got to do, but you can also create your own avenue, your own path, you know. We're just a couple of guys that got together, put our skills together, made it happen, you know, so anybody else can do it too. There's nothing special about it.
Oh, and me?
I mean, if they got it, they got it. It's up to you, though.
Yeah, that's pretty much everything they said. Just put your skills together and just go for it. That's it.
Yeah, I will say that's one thing I liked is y'all have been reaching out to me since the beginning. Like, let's do something. Let's, like, you're always reaching out. You want to do things, and like to the point where like at times I wasn't even ready yet. I was like, I got to come up with something to do with Mass Apparel, you know, like. So that's dope is that you guys always have it open for people like that, come through the shop, talk to you, get it going, because you've been persistent. Was that always the goal? Is that why you started the store?
Originally, yeah, it was just basically like we were trying to we didn't feel like there. I mean, now I feel like there are a couple spots now that are like that, but back when we started in 2013, I really didn't feel like that there was like as much of a community feel at these stores. But it's just crazy over the years how many people just from like hanging out at the store or like knowing us, like how many relationships have like built and like are connected now. It's like it's insane now because it's been so long, but like so many people would not know each other if not for like this common space. It's really it's insane now when I think about it.
Yeah.
And I like how we like set an example and like teach how, you know, people how to move and navigate their own businesses so they could, you know what I mean, be successful in their own lanes too. So that's what the whole place embodies as well.
Yeah,
I feel like
that was definitely another thing. Like there was I felt like there weren't a ton of like mentors in this kind of realm.
Very few.
When I first started, I mean, obviously now I know people, it's like a lot more, but especially just like in that one realm of like owning a store like that. So it's been nice to, you know, help out, you know, different people that kind of have the same ambitions.
Yeah, it's been, you guys, like, you kind of timed it perfectly. Like, you guys played into everything that's happening right now, but you're also just like, you're ready for everything that's happening as well. Like, you were establishing that space, and now you have the space, and like people are ready to use it like really well.
Exactly.
That's perfect. That's the exact description.
Yeah.
We've always thought like build it and they will come, and that's exactly what happened. Like literally, studio, we built it, took our time with love, you know, and then eventually everybody
and
found
even
out. People
same
come,
with the print shop as well. Like we didn't even know that like we had the skills to come out with like dope stuff that we wear now, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
And that's all the people telling us that, you know what I mean? We don't see it at first. We're just putting in the work, and then after that, everything just comes after, and you just start seeing it, and it's good. It feels good.
Yeah, man, it's dope. And we talk about that. We actually talk about it in the New England hip hop a lot. It's like people need spaces, and like people are just getting used to the idea of looking for alternative ones too, like looking for stores, like looking for things like that, instead of like thinking, oh, I can only go to Boston Music Hall or the Middle East or the Sinclair or whatever. And then, you know, but you guys are definitely the spot. And your clothes, I do like to say less. Hoodies on. They all got their own clothes on here. It's a trap. Right. Someone, I told someone we were interviewing you guys, and they're looking through their page. I'm like, I've seen that. I'm like, I like that. That's where it's from. I was like, yep, that's where it's from.
I was looking for my. I remember getting a sweater there when I did a cipher there. Right, it was the African continent like camo sweater.
Oh,
whatever.
Rona, right?
Yeah, shout out.
I was looking for that, but I couldn't find it, so I'm tight.
Oh, he's everywhere actually.
Yeah.
You can find him pretty easily. I've seen him in a lot of stores.
Instagram, and we collab with a lot of we collab with a lot of local guys too.
I see that. Thank you, sir. We're 2 for 2 in January with guests bringing presents. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
This
we
is what
actually
we
got
want.
one for your homie, the other homie too. I'm sorry.
Tia, she's tuned in.
So whenever
thank
she
you.
comes through,
She'll love that. Yeah, Tia. We need to. Everyone,
shout out Tia.
Thoughts and prayers to Tia. She's battling a cold, and no, it's more serious than that. But she's gonna be fine. But she couldn't make it tonight. Otherwise, it'd be just, you know, not a good thing. So Tia, when you come back, we got some goods for you. I won't even look. It'll be a surprise. You can open it on air next week, and we'll get like a double pump for the Mista Apparel. So thank you guys. I'm going to open that on the break. I'm very excited.
I want to ask something real quick.
Yeah, get them.
So, you guys had a lot of crazy events. Like, I went to a lot of events. I went to the Dutch event. I went to a lot of events at Mista Apparel, and they're usually just like so turned up. So many people come through. So, which would you say is your favorite event?
That's a tough one. I have to say Stripesy though. I mean, cause shout out Stripesy, a real artist.
Yeah, he's out here.
But yeah, it was the most recent one, I guess, and it was just crazy. The energy that kid has in the city. And not only him, there's a bunch too, but it's crazy how Boston's scene, they actually come out to support their dudes, you know? So
it's a natural, genuine vibe.
Yeah.
But I like all the events.
All of them,
I can't even choose on my part. So.
Yeah, it's funny. Like when we first opened, I think we used to have like a lot of events, I feel like, where like people would put in a ton of work and then like, you know, like 10, 15 people would show up.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, it would kind of suck. But not in the sense that it sucked for the person that put all this work in, you know, and no one really shows up for the events. But recently, we've had really good turnouts at like almost every single event. I don't think there's been an event where there hasn't been at least like 50 to 60 people.
No, yeah.
So.
And that's y'all being consistent too, because now it's a venue. People know what to expect when they go to Mista Apparel.
And the people are putting in the work. You
exactly.
know,
the people themselves are also putting in the work, organizing, inviting, promoting, you know. So shouts out to them too, everybody.
Well, speaking of that, before we get out of here and play some more music, what's the next event? You got one coming up soon, right?
Coming up, the Last Gecko. Anybody who knows, album release party this Friday. So, yeah, come on.
I'm actually performing at that.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Let's up.
He hit me up. He was like, "Yo, you trying to perform?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's get it."
Word. Anybody in the area? Come
shout out to the Last Gecko, man.
And then we're just planning the mass cipher, so and then anybody got bars, you know what I mean?
Yeah, what's good with that? How do they get in touch with you?
Just be on the lookout for the post, and then after that,
Mista Apparel Instagram.
Yeah. First we're gonna be dropping our 5th volume of our beat tape, When Pigs Fly.
Yeah.
So once that drops, we're gonna let that sit for a little bit, and then we'll be doing the next mass cipher, which we did a year ago, basically around this time. We'll be doing that probably in like late February, March. So yeah, be on the lookout for posts about that.
And we're gonna use those beats on the tape, featuring in the cipher as well.
Yeah, whoever gets chosen.
Do you get to choose the beat? Like if you got one that you're feeling, do you get to use that in the cipher, or is it more like you show up and you get what you get?
We're just gonna go with the flow kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's not gonna be
there's gonna be a good amount of beats on this, so like it's probably gonna be more like you can just choose.
Yeah.
Producers, stop sleeping too. Send your beats because we're almost done. So
Volume 5, man. 5's a good number too. You want to be on volume 5.
Yeah. No, for sure. This is gonna be our biggest one as far as how many producers we're gonna have on it. So keep sending in submissions. We're still going through.
And shout out to the people who already is submitted to.
I saw Lightfoot cooking something.
He's always good. That's the homie.
So because the last one was about a year ago, but then the first few came out like fairly close together, and then you took a minute.
Yeah. It was I think we did our first 2 like real close, like 6 months, and that was kind of the plan at the beginning. But like things happen, and things get kind of pushed back. We got other stuff going on, so now we're trying to be a little bit more consistent. It's just one of those things that pops up. You're like, oh, we haven't done one in a while.
Yeah.
I haven't seen like a ton of people. I think like a couple years ago, I feel like there were a couple of people that were still doing beat tapes, but I really haven't seen anything other than like individual producers doing a beat tape. So I think it's good. I think it's a good time, to get certain names together, and a lot of these artists just like. I hear a lot of songs, and it's just like SoundClick producers that people are buying beats for like $15
bringing
online.
the scene together.
But it's like, if you hear this, there are people that are right in your like backyard to work with.
There's a lot of talent.
Super dope. So it's just about like being able to find those people. Knowing about those people. I think that's the hardest part.
Yeah, I think it's just you guys and the homies at the Beat Club podcast do one at the end of every month. So. That's dope, man. We're looking out for it. We're going to talk about producers. We're going to talk more about artists in general when we come back. So and the Instagram is at Mass APPRL. APRL.
Yep.
That's where you guys gotta go. They keep saying check for the posts. It's Mass APRL on everything.
Yeah, we also have the Dojo Studios as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, I want to get into that when we come back. This next song we're gonna play was recorded in the dojo, correct?
Yes.
This one's called Real One. You want to talk about it?
Shout out Tef Poe and my son for hopping on the track that I produced, and you know what I mean. Say less. I hope you guys like it.
That's say less. We'll be back with Mass Apparel after this. You're tuned in to Live Free or Die Radio. We're back on Live Free or Die Radio. We got Mass Apparel in the building. We just went through some gift bags. Shout out the boys. They got hoodies, hats, t-shirts. Say less. Mass Apparel is here. Y'all have how many? So you guys do your own designs, and you have quite a few of those. Mm-hmm. And then you also have other folks' apparel in there. What do you guys look for when deciding what to stock in your store? How do you approach that?
That's a good question. These are fashion guys. Yeah.
We go with originality, style. You know what I mean? Just we want to see hard work put in it, quality, official tags on them. Anything else?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's presentation is pretty much everything. Because like when you present your stuff in a certain way, everything's got to kind of be the same. So like, you know, as long as your stuff's quality, you know, you're putting tags in, all that type of stuff. Just coming correct's like a number one thing. I'm sure you deal with the same thing with music submissions and getting spammed and all that stuff. We get spammed in different ways.
Yeah.
Like shooting us a DM that's like carry my stuff is like,
so
you know, it's just that's not the way to go at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're open to, you know, we have a good amount of local stuff. But yeah, we really just try to focus on quality. I think that's the best.
Yeah. And you could tell how good something is by, you know what I mean, by the work somebody puts in their work as well. So,
right.
Yeah. So pretty much that's greatly received as well, you know what I mean, when we see a product like, you know what I mean, like that.
I hear that. Yeah. Presentation's everything, and if you're proud of what you do, you're gonna put in that extra step to get the tags, to at least figure out how to do your business right. Do you see yourself as like almost like, I don't like the phrase tastemakers, but like a cosign, like if it's in your store, like people are gonna rock with it? Do you see it that way?
Not really. I wouldn't say we're building up ourselves as who we are as an entity, but I wouldn't say it like that. We just like to rock dope stuff. So if your stuff is dope, there's no like limit on it has to be this style.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Genuinely
or we're not
rock
like no say so. We're not the be all end all. You know, we just have our own style.
Okay.
So, yeah, a lot of people come to find one thing people do is come to us to find like pieces that nobody else has, like one of ones. We have some spray ground stuff. And other t-shirt ideas that not everybody else is rocking. That's about it. Like
it's usually sort of exclusive.
Kind of, yeah. We do short, limited runs. You know.
Yeah.
You got to get it while it's there. Yeah. So kind of builds excitement about this stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say that we definitely have built up a reputation for sure.
Yeah, you're the only people with ethic in town, right?
Yeah. I mean, they have a couple of small wholesale accounts, but not like in Boston.
Not in Boston.
But they're partners. So we've been working with them for about almost a year and a half now. So it's been good. Like they've been growing like crazy, and it's been a good way for us to, you know, hold some inventory and be able to focus on some other stuff and not worry about having to, you know, have so much overhead.
I hear that.
Yeah.
I got one other question about apparel though. So, New England designers, who are you rocking with in New England? Who are your favorites out here putting out stuff?
Designers?
Yeah, or lines, or like what are you?
I like CFN.
Oh yeah,
Came
Come from nothing.
Man.
Early Birds is out here.
Early Birds, they're really dope. Check Early Birds out.
Who else? LFOD Apparel. I know they're popping.
That's true.
Fire.
Yeah, I love. I gotta actually
Perfect Stitch.
I gotta somehow find
Perfect Stitch is dope.
for Boston's super dope. They're doing big things. What was it? What's the other name? Oh my god, why am I drawing a blank? Oh, Derelis.
Oh yeah,
Super
the
dope.
yeah, they're dope.
Okay,
Yeah, we got to link back up with them.
I know the museum got some stuff out too. That's pretty fly.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
Well,
people out there. But yeah, I mean, what we're carrying right now, we usually try to carry, like 5 or 6 brands at a time that are local, and it's all people that we mess with the designs. But we like, we got to mess with them personally too.
Yeah,
So everybody's good people, So
that's what's up.
I bet he's got a question.
Oh, yeah, I was trying to ask this question the whole time. I mean, so you guys like play a lot of like local artists in your store, right?
Yeah.
So who's usually on rotation when you guys like clock in, when you guys like start the store up?
Pretty much whoever's putting out stuff on SoundCloud, because we'll go through the SoundCloud and we'll like it. So we'll just put the playlist on our like SoundClouds and it plays.
There's a bunch of the artists. Yeah, Justin Clancy. I know I've heard his stuff, your stuff.
It's mad people.
A bunch of people. Millie's definitely.
Yeah.
A couple people.
Yeah, it's just basically what we like on SoundCloud. We'll just be literally
G.O.D.
playing most of the time. Otherwise,
G.O.D.,
unless
yeah.
something else.
A
Otherwise,
whole lot of
Shout out to
dudes.
G.O.D.
You already know who's local in the scene. Whoever's local right now, we're playing, yo.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's a good vibe in there. I like the rebuild too. What made you realize you had to do that?
just needed to step our game up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just kind of taking a peek at where we were at. We kind of needed to pivot and make something happen. So I think what people are starting to realize is that, everybody, I always see it. It's always so funny. Like the 2018 post, it's like you got to have like 7 revenue streams or whatever.
Yeah, right.
And so, but it's really true though. Like you can't just like be a one-trick pony nowadays. So it was another part of it was like we needed to be able to be making money in like as many different ways as possible.
Yeah.
So, with building
all these skills.
building out the studio and doing the print stuff, throwing events, and the retail. We got 4 or 5 revenue streams instead of just one we used to have. So that's definitely been huge, and it's something that we definitely needed to happen.
What's the biggest challenge you faced so far on the journey here?
Biggest challenge.
The one I always say every single time is just bringing it every day.
Yeah.
That's honestly the hardest part, is because
Looking new ways to expand. I feel like, what I mean? There's not that much resources, but whatever you have, you got to make do with it. And I feel like...
also sticking to it. Yeah, everything is not no
movie.
How do I explain it? Everything, the grass is not a fairy tale. There's no such thing as a fairy tale. You're gonna work for years before you see any kind of.
we got scammed today. It sucked. We got scammed.
Really?
Oh, you're definitely gonna deal with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but we handled it.
What do you mean they the scanners got you?
We got scammed. It was stupid, but it's just like little stuff like that. Stuff happens.
Yeah.
You guys gotta like.
Bounce
People
back.
try you, and then take your kindness for weakness,
Yep.
and then you gotta show them what you're about after that. So
Ooh.
Yeah.
Say
So would
less.
you say like keeping up the consistency is the hardest part about running this whole thing, right?
100% consistency, and also just the faith, like strength, and like you said, always expanding. You don't just expect a big check out of one day of work. It takes years. So just remembering seeing the light at the end of the tunnel and sticking to that work ethic quality, over and over.
Yeah.
Consistency, yeah. Like you said.
Basically, just like when you work a 9 to 5, you have some kind of like boss or somebody that's like pushing you to, like when you're an entrepreneur, you have yourself,
you
So
have
it's
no
and the
days
people
off.
around you.
Yeah,
And
so
your
it's
bank account.
So it's like when you wake up in the morning, it's very easy to just be like, oh well, like I can kind of just like roll over because no one's gonna tell me otherwise.
Yeah.
So it really is that just like
Then
you gotta
again,
be focused every
anything
day.
goes wrong,
Yeah.
alarm goes off, something in the middle of the night, 5 a.m., you can't blame nobody but yourself. So again, step up
That's
to the
it.
plate. There's no days off.
Yeah.
You can't say, "Oh, I'm off right now." Like if it's your business, you gotta
Even
take
if you're
care
off,
of
your
it.
phone better be on.
Your phone.
Yeah,
better
you're
be
working
on.
24/7.
Yeah.
Communication, number one.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all it is.
Communication is so crucial
Mhm.
in every aspect of
Yeah.
life.
So much.
Mhm. Yeah, just knowing how to,
That can make or break anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real. Yeah. Yeah. So I like that you guys know. I didn't know there were that many Lions out here. That's dope to you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Well, obviously you would know about them
we're
because
paying
they all
attention.
hit you up. But,
Yeah.
No, we pay attention too. We're on the snaps, we're on the IGs and stuff too. So.
And do you collab with people, or are these all your ideas that we're wearing?
No, we could.
These are ours.
Yeah,
but soon
these are
we're
our
working on
ideas.
some
Yeah,
collabs
but
right now, so
yeah.
some really dope stuff.
Yeah,
coming
shout out
soon.
to the artists too that put out artwork in our shop as well. Yotron, Jay Beasley, Leo Graphics. You know what I
Dash.
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
Dash. Yeah,
Shout out to Yotron. Yotron's actually about to be. You're about to see a lot of Yotron
yeah.
around LFOD.
Oh, word. Yeah, he's dope.
Oh, no, I was good. I was good.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were like trying to get the mic.
So it sounds weird on the podcast, but we're down a mic, so that's why there's a lot of back and forth there.
I was doing poetry snaps. That's why. That's why I was like. That's why it looked like I was trying to put it in my thing, but I was doing poetry snaps because Yotron's the GOAT. You feel me? Shout out to
We mostly have Tayshawn here to distract people. You know, that's his role on the show so far. Yeah, shout out Yotron. Yotron the Don. So you guys are at Mass APRL.
Yes, sir.
So
Yep.
best way to reach you, is it for people that, you got a contact button on there, right? It'll let them email you, or do you want DMs? How do you want people who are serious to reach you?
Most likely an email, because you can get like your point across probably best that way, or give us a call 617-903-3185 during our store hours. I mean, that's usually always good too. Or just stop by. Honestly, that's probably the best, because then you can kind of get a face to the person, you know.
Yeah, I would. There's one thing Marin taught me when I first got here and I was trying to do things on the scene. He was like,
Face to face.
you need to like be at, like, I need to see you at events. I need to know that you're actually here, like in the scene before I do anything with you. Because if you're just swooping into,
That was funny. Yeah, Ark
You
said
gotta
the same
pop
thing
out
to me
here
like
and
back
there.
in the day. Yeah, he's like, dude, you got to show up at every event, you know. And we did that for like a long time, you know.
Yeah,
we
it's
still do it, but not as much.
yeah.
But especially when you're trying to build, you know.
shout out to Ark as well.
But we do
absolutely.
come out to the other events. Like shout out the Art Plug and all the other events. We do come out to. Yeah.
Yeah, we're mad late on the Art Plug. I need to get to one, but it's always, we're going to get there soon. And you guys, I was going to say earlier, speaking of Ark, he was on here a while ago talking about the shift you guys have been doing. Low key, you've been dropping more beat tapes. But
February 17th, that's the next one actually. We just locked that in last week.
the producer on that?
Shoot, I have to ask him.
Yeah.
If we had more time, I would text him. But
The Shift Beat Tape series on Instagram. You can always check out the line.
it's crazy, 8 hours.
And
it's
we
just banging
posted
out
on our
heat.
Instagram too. So
it's super dope. It's like
be in tune with everything.
that's such a funny thing, because we had literally been talking about doing that since like 2014, and we had like the branding all done for it, and then like I remember it just like died, and then he hit me up again maybe like a year ago and was like, I think we're gonna do it now again. So that's super dope.
Really dope concept.
Yeah, and then actually I don't know if I should say this, but Mo Pope's gonna be doing a version of the shift, but for artists.
Yes.
It's gonna be starting in March. Yeah, so we're gonna be doing that, hosting that at the studio.
Word.
So they'll be picking beats from the shift beat tapes,
Nice.
and then
Perfect.
creating a beat tape. I mean a whole, like, I think they're gonna do 5 songs and try to do 5 songs in a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I don't.
Well, you can do
hasn't
24 in a day
Yeah,
if you're
exactly.
driven.
Yeah.
But 24 people though. 24 people.
Yeah.
Person has the EP. Let's see.
I can't
Yeah.
believe you guys pulled that off, honestly.
Yeah. Hey, you guys were a big part of it. So
Yeah, I know. It was
Yeah,
recorded
respect, too.
somehow
It was
at
fire.
our
It
studio.
was, I didn't say that, but it was at the bridge. But
Yeah, I know.
you guys are one of our crucial sponsors, though. We did appreciate that.
Yeah, that was super dope.
That was
You
a
guys
really
gonna be
dope
Oh
doing
yeah,
project.
yeah. You doing that again?
I don't know. Everyone wants us to, so probably not.
Yeah.
But, no.
Let me
He
know. We
said
got
probably
you.
not.
We'll hold it down.
I had people talking to me about like a part 2 of that anyway.
Yeah.
People were just like, "Oh, are you guys gonna do that again? Like, please do it again." I was saying,
We might.
like,
we
I'll
might.
do anything. I'll do anything for it. Like, da 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 da. I'm just like, all right, man.
Tell them to just.
I'm like, I don't make the decisions,
Yeah.
but like, I can always consult with my
We'll talk. We'll
my
talk.
guy.
We're building demand. That's how this is.
Yeah,
you know,
I was about
right
to say,
now.
it must have been an absolute headache.
So I want everyone who wants us to do a part 2 of 24 and 24, go on to iTunes right now, buy part 1 of 24 and 24.
100%.
Because I don't think...
And DM him
Support.
like crazy.
And go on Bandcamp, go buy it so we can pay out these artists, so we can, get the funds together and do it bigger and better each time.
Buy
because
it on all
goes into
platforms.
that. So
Buy it on all platforms.
everywhere. Stream
Everywhere.
it. Just set up all the computers in your house. Stream it. Do
Cut
that.
the check.
People think this stuff comes out of thin air.
Nah,
They're like,
man.
"Oh, that was a crazy event. Do another."
You
So,
gotta actually get up.
We can and we will. We will do
Body
more.
parts.
We're gonna
Nah,
do
of
something
course.
dope with you guys soon too. I have a feeling.
We got
So,
No doubt.
but
We're always open to it.
yeah, man. So we have more music, or we can keep talking. I want to play this record, and then I want to come back real quick and talk about the dojo a bit and what you guys have going on there.
Sounds good. We can come back.
Yeah,
talk
so,
about
yeah, we
talk
could
to you.
come back.
All right, so this is YU, Mista Irie.
Hey, yeah.
You you can't. You're doing well today. You came out here and you just.
Plugging.
I didn't even know you had an album
We're
coming
trying to
out.
have radio
Now
edits
everyone
music,
knows.
But yeah, this one is called YU, produced by MorShabazz. Amazing song.
When's this record coming out?
Maybe on the album Divine. It's coming out February 14th, so Valentine's Day.
Oh,
On all platforms. So yeah,
Ooh.
the Divine coming soon,
dope. You're tuning into Live Free or Die Radio. We'll be back with Mass Apparel after this. We're back on Live Free or Die Radio. Brand new Mista Irie. YU. Featuring MorShabazz. Produced by MorShabazz. Recorded at the dojo. Real
Yes,
quick, what's
sir.
good with the dojo?
Beautiful studio located in the heart of Allston. It's an amazing studio. We built it from scratch by hand. Shout out Tiago Fernandez. He did a lot of the construction work.
Yeah.
And we just put it together. And like really quality. The sound that comes out of there is really dope.
Mhm.
We do mixing, mastering. Shabazz the head engineer, so I can tell you a little bit more.
Yeah, we just been, like he said, we just been cultivating our skills and everything, put it together, and the dojo came about. And then, we have our rates, $40 an hour, $100 for on 3 hours, and, you know what I mean, we mix and master in time, whatever, you know what I mean, is in your time, we could do, you know what I mean, you book the time, so it is what it is.
And
so,
it's any
yeah.
kind of music. Don't be shy. We've gotten rock music. We've gotten
done
crazy wild music.
Yeah,
so any
I've done
kind of
Cape
music you
Verdean
want,
rap.
Yeah.
I've done
make it happen.
reggaeton. I've done a lot of stuff. So yeah, so I'm open to everything. So let's make it work. Yeah,
That's what's up.
yeah, and any engineers who want to come through and check out the spot as well, like come through, you know what I mean, get a vibe and see what's up. So you know what I mean, that's up. Say less.
Say less. So we forgot to ask this on the last podcast, so I gotta ask you guys. What does Live Free or Die mean to you?
Live free or die. That means
Doing what we do today.
yeah, either die fighting or die sitting down. It's all about what you're living, what you're working to be, who you are. You know what I mean? It's either I don't want any constraints on my life. And that's how I feel too. So yeah,
Yeah, no limits.
no limits. Yeah.
Yeah, I would just say the same thing. Just basically, live your life, or you're gonna, live a horrible life.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll let you
A confused one.
Yeah.
No regrets. Go
Yeah,
hard.
Just know what you know what you want. Don't settle for the 9-to-5 cube life
Yeah.
if that's not what you want to do.
Right, there's no shame in
Yeah,
doing it.
there's no
I feel
shame
like
in doing
there's this weird thing being pushed right now that
You
like
have to-
you're failing if you're in a cubicle somewhere, but there's nothing wrong with
No,
that.
Oh, no,
wrong with
I've
that, as long as you love
experienced
it.
It's actually it's not bad. It's just as a creative, like it really sucks you dry.
Right.
You feel me? Like I don't know. Like I've experienced that. It's not really terrible, but if you're somebody that's like, oh yeah, I want to be a rapper, do not be in the office.
Yeah, exactly.
Do not be in the
Find out
office,
what your
yo.
skills are. What you
It's
love.
like that it's going to kill
You're
your
born a
creativity.
creative
It's going to
person or
kill
you're
you.
not.
And even
Yeah.
if you do have a 9-to-5, work your way up to manager, work your way up to shareholder. Whatever you got to do. Don't just sit down and take whatever little check. Work your way up.
Yeah, live it how you get it, man.
That's real.
Just don't sit.
Live your life however you want to live it. We're not going to tell you, or I'm not going to. These guys might.
No,
Tayshaun definitely will. But
Just hustle, man.
live your
Get
best
yours,
life.
man.
Okay?
I
How
will
about
judge
that?
you.
Live your best
yeah,
life.
rest of
we
your
don't
life.
judge anybody.
No, I'm playing.
If you want to sit down, make it a hustle to sit down.
Facts.
There you go. I like that. So I want to get like one crazy story before you guys leave. What's the craziest thing that's happened at Mass Apparel Concept Store?
I would say the one time we tried to get robbed.
We didn't try to get robbed. Someone tried to rob us.
You said
it the wrong way. Someone tried to rob us.
We got free stuff in Mass Apparel. Come rob us.
No.
So what happened?
Someone tried to rob us. A foolish person broke through the window trying to grab a bag, but the hole in the window wasn't even big enough to grab anything out of. So.
And
but that was something crazy. But, other stuff.
There's been a lot, but we won't speak to.
What's the craziest positive thing that's happened?
All the people that's come through and turning up. Oh yeah, Cornell West
coming through and blessing us with some words of wisdom. That was truly a blessing from God.
So I was I'm very humble about that. Yeah.
Those are two very different extremes.
It's crazy. Everything going down in Mass Apparel. You know?
Everything. I've seen some
life bad
happens. Life happens.
I've seen some good stuff. I've seen some. I haven't seen anything bad. You guys, you're open to the public, so you would probably attract all sorts of interesting characters.
Oh, yes.
We're very good at also reading people, and
especially over the years, there's definitely been some interesting characters that come through.
Do you have like any regulars you want to shout out?
Yeah, that's gonna be tough. But shout out Mac, shout out Ayinde, shout out the whole crew, shout out Camille. You know, much love. Shout out everybody that's involved, everybody that comes consistently. Razen, you know, there's too many to name right now, but there's a lot of good people. A lot of people.
The Backwoods Gorilla?
Backwoods Killer is another person. There's a lot of people. Yeah, you gotta say his name right if you're gonna shout it out. Shout out everybody. Shout out mom. Shout out dad. You know.
Shout out the homie Fritz and Casa.
Oh yes.
Fritz doing big things out in Cali.
Shout out LFOD for providing the platform. You know?
Oh, thank you, sir.
Shout out everybody who believes. That's it.
Yeah, no, respect to you too. You're putting on a lot of artists in the city.
Yeah.
A lot of people really look up to come here. I see them posting your flyers from weeks in advance, you know, so you're doing your thing, so big up.
Thank you. Yeah. Hey, we're trying. We're all doing the same thing. It's crazy talent out here.
We're all building.
We just want people to hear it.
Collabing.
Thank you. That's
you know what I mean? Genuine collaborations.
Genuine collaborations. That's what it's about.
How long you been doing this for now?
Oh, man. I don't know. We're calling this season 4, though.
Okay.
But I don't really...
Was that a year? Is that season 4? I mean,
yeah, probably... Honestly, probably 5 years, but I don't know. Probably 5 years. I don't know. I've only been... We're coming up on our 100th episode.
Okay.
You gotta celebrate it.
Yeah, what you got?
Yeah, we're gonna do cupcakes or something.
I'm bringing it.
Bring the strippers.
Maybe we'll do something.
Mad food. What you talking about?
We'll do something.
We all gotta eat.
It's weird because it'll be the 100th release. Like we're on here way more than that. We got some in the stash.
You gotta get 100 munchkins.
I just do like I have this moment right here, so I'm not really. I don't know. It's just what I'm doing. I never really pay attention. Like, I started on this day.
That's how the real hustlers do.
It was like I'm just doing this. Yeah. I was exactly. I was born with a microphone in my hand.
It's a joke, but it's real.
I really want to celebrate though, because
we'll do something.
Awesome.
Maybe we'll have a party at Mass Apparel. That would be dope. Yeah, we'll do food. I want to do. To be honest, I want to do like a big kickoff for the next season. So maybe we'll do something. I have a lot of things I want to talk to you guys about when we shut these mics off, which we're about to do right now. You can find everyone at Mass APRL. Go follow along with them. We're at LFOD Radio everywhere except for Twitter, which is at LiveFreeOD Radio. This will be up on iTunes, Google, Stitcher, wherever you want to find it on Thursday morning. Just search LFOD and it pops right up. If you're an artist tuned in, submissions at lfodradio.com. Send us some clean records. We'd love to play your music. And that's about it for us. But you guys have any last words?
Follow me at G'day the Griot on Instagram.
Shameless plug.
Jeez.
I was about to say love yourself. You can find me through the Mass Apparel Instagram.
There you go, man.
I'm in a whole bunch of pictures.
And thank you, Big Scott.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, we'll be back next Tuesday, 7 p.m. You're tuned into Live Free or Die Radio.